JJ the CPA here. All right, buckle up and wipe anything that you thought you knew about loan forgiveness for the self-employed. So for the self-employed, this would be the ones that filed their PPP based on their Schedule C. Okay, and so this would be the sole proprietors, the independent contractors, those that used Schedule C to get their PPP money. This applies to you, okay? So for those that have employees and have a business that files a separate tax return, this does not apply to you in any way. It's vastly different. So this is only for those that file the Schedule C. The first thing I just want to let you know is this 75% that needs to be spent on payroll does not apply to the self-employed. And the reason I just really want you to absorb that up front is that actually how you forgive or you determine your loan forgiveness for your payroll cost is super simple and it's automatic, but it has nothing to do with 75% of your loan. And the reason that's important is that you need to then know, and you'll know immediately, here's what your loan was, and that forgiveness is not based on that loan figure, okay? It's based on the net income. I'm just gonna tell you right in the beginning because we're now gonna walk through it. But your loan forgiveness amount is self-employed. The automatic loan forgiveness for your payroll cost is the net income of your Schedule C, the line 31, okay? So really help me here by going, yep, okay, I'm with you, JJ, okay? Line 31 of your Schedule C, divide that by 52 weeks, okay? And then multiply it by 8 weeks because that's what the PPP is to cover, 8 weeks, and that's your automatic loan forgiveness. Has nothing to do with 75%, like wipe that away, okay? You're not looking at your loan amount divided by 52 times 8. Not looking at the loan amount. You're looking at the Schedule C net 31, line 31, net income. You're dividing that by 52 weeks. You're multiplying that by 8 weeks, and then that number is your automatic loan forgiveness. And then you're looking at, well, what did I borrow? What's my automatic loan forgiveness based on Schedule C line 31? And then now you know here's the amount of money that can be allocated to these other expenses. So let's walk through this. So again, we are talking about the self-employed, okay? We're talking about those that file Schedule C. We're looking at line 31, and we're looking at the net income, period, okay? So we're looking at Schedule C. This is only for the self-employment. So what you want to do is you're going to pull out your application, okay? And the only reason for this is just to kind of understand the math. Because really, if we just take this and go over here, we've taken a shortcut, but it's better for you to understand the math. So when you did your application, how did you come up with the 20,000? Well, you took line 31, okay, in this example, it was 240,000. You divided it by 12 for the 12 months, okay, to get 20,000 a month. That's the average, that's what it was. Line 31 divided by 12 is 20,000, okay? So line 31 is that right there. Divided by 12 months, 20,000, that's the average monthly. Okay, so 2.5 of that is 50,000. Okay, that was your max loan. So what you want to do is get your application out and just look at these numbers. Really, this is what you want to see. Okay, and you want to see that number for the very, very, very end. So I'm just repeating myself when I say this. This is not, whoops, dried out pen there. I was going to use a different color. This is not based on 75%, okay? not based on 75%. What you're gonna do is, you're gonna take this same figure, okay? That 240,000, remember that's your net income on Schedule C. You're gonna divide that by 52 weeks. And why are we doing that? Because when we know the weekly amount, then you can multiply it by the 8 weeks, because this is the PPP period of time, 8 weeks. So you take the weekly times 8, and that is then $36,920, and this is automatic forgiveness. So you don't have to worry about paying yourself a check. You know, you don't have to be like, well, do I need a separate account? Do I pay myself? Do I do it weekly? It's just automatic loan forgiveness. Whew, that's phenomenal. I mean, phenomenal, okay? Easy. No 75% involved here, okay? So then what you're gonna look at is, okay, you're gonna take, jump on this side, you're gonna take, here was your loan, 50,000, okay? Here's your automatic loan forgiveness. So let that absorb. And it's early. Yes, I had to go grab my phone because I'm gonna do the math. Because here's the deal, you don't have to know math in your head to be a good CPA. Really, a good CPA would use a 10 key to ensure maximum efficiency and accurateness, not using their head, okay? So anyways, now you're gonna take the 50,000, okay? I'm sure you already figured it out, right? And you have 36,920, okay? Plus I got like 2 hours of sleep last night. So if we take this amount right here, right? This was your max loan. If we take the max loan, okay? And then we take the automatic forgiveness, right? So I'm winding this down, okay? So the difference, okay, is 13,080. Okay? Nope, you can't pay yourself more to get loan forgiveness. Part of the automatic is you can't increase it. Your loan forgiveness is 36,920, period, the end. Okay? So there were probably some that put in applications and they included health insurance and the employer match. And that's how it was submitted on the 14th of April. The SBA changed that. So we'll probably have to get some clarification. My thinking is that whatever number you based your monthly average on at the time, without that new and different and changed guidelines by the SBA, that'll be what you use, which would be your net income from line 31 plus the health insurance plus your retirement match if you did that. Not to confuse the matter, okay? It's just that if you had added things to line 31, well, whatever you had, okay, whatever number you came up with divided by 12, okay, it'd be that number divided by 52 times 8, which is just what's here. So you look and then you say, okay, 13,000. Well, on what? So in this playlist, I've got a wonderful video on that, and on my website. You don't have to provide me your email. There's no gimmicks. I'm not going to try and sell you anything. It's not a funnel. But on my website, I have a wonderful document list. I even have a worksheet here for you to calculate this. And it covers the expenses that then count for this. Okay? I will tell you this, it's not your home mortgage and it's not your home utilities. Okay? It's just not. If you have a home office, okay, those things aren't coming into play. So go through the list, but there are some neat little caveats there that's like, oh wow, I didn't know that would be included. So you do want to check it out. And then the calculation. So I think what's important for you is right now it's simple math, literally simple math. You could almost work it backwards, right? Those that can do math in your head, right? But you need to figure out, like, right now, today, there's no reason to put it off. Because if you put it off a day, you're going to put it off 8 weeks, okay? And that's just human nature, right? All you're going to do is figure out what was the number that you used to figure that out. What was that number? Should just be line 31. But if before they defined that, you included other things, but what was the number that you used divided by 12 to go up there? That's why I wanted to show you the math on the front side. You come up with whatever that figure is, line 31, okay? Maybe you included insurance, maybe you included retirement, whatever that number is, divide it by 52 to get to a weekly amount, okay? You're gonna multiply that by 8 weeks, and 36,920 of your 50,000 loan automatically forgiven. So now you have 13,080. And then the thing to remember is this, because I get questions on like, well, what am I gonna spend it on? I don't have those things. I mean, then you just have it and you give it back. And if you don't want to give it back right at the end of the 8 weeks, then you owe it. Now, I will say this, for the 8 weeks, if you read the law, you won't be able to use it on anything other than what it's intended. And if you don't have the things that it was intended for, then you can't spend it. That'd be my interpretation. So when you go through the list that I put together for you that's directly from the law, and you go, well, I don't have that, and I don't have that, and I don't have that, and I don't have any of that. Okay, well then, that 13 grand's just gonna sit there for 8 weeks because it's meant to be used in the 8 weeks, period. Who's gonna know? I don't know, but all I can tell you is what the law says, okay? And I don't even mean like wink, wink, who's gonna know? I'm just saying, like, your bank's gonna know. Because at the end, you have to go substantiate what it is that you spent your money on. And if you go, well, I don't have anything else, they're gonna go, okay, well, when did you spend this money? What did you spend it on? Did you spend it within the 8 weeks? Okay, and I don't know if you get put in cuffs over it or anything, right? But it does say it's a crime. It does. It's a crime to spend it for other purposes besides what it was intended for. Okay? So, I like this calculation for the self-employed. I like it that it's automatic. I like it that you don't have to figure out an inventive way to, quote unquote, pay yourself. You just take what was that amount that was used to figure out your monthly average on your application. So you take that amount, divided by 52 times 8, boom, that's the automatic forgiveness amount. Again, nothing to do with the 75%, okay? Go read the document list. Go read what's included in the forgiveness. Go check it out, because you're gonna still think it's gonna include things related to your house, even though I just said it doesn't include things related to your house, okay? But go check it out. It includes a couple of things. I'm like, hey, that's kind of cool. So I'd love it if you'd subscribe to my YouTube channel. My goodness, if you made it to here and you haven't subscribed, please do. I'm providing value for just a click. And I would really appreciate it. And then I've got a playlist here, okay, about the forgiveness. So check out the other playlist, other videos in the playlist, because I have self-employed and then I have employer, and I have on my website both worksheets for both the employers and then the self-employed. And then when you're going to jjthecpahelp.com, jjthecpahelp.com, there's a page called Forgiveness that has these items on it, and then also on the PPP page. So it's packed full of info for you, and all I ask is that you subscribe, and I appreciate it. All right, hey, listen, so wonderful how this is gonna work on the self-employed. I sure hope that the additional funding that comes out will be maybe hopefully only earmarked for the small business, and only then allocated to the smaller banks to help insure those that need it at the sole proprietor, and the smaller employers are able to get it. All right, don't you ever forget, you've never met a CPA quite like me. All right, don't let your head spin.